In this video, we are going to show you how much it costs to travel to Paris. We will go through the real prices for flights, hotels, food, transportation, attractions, shopping, and we will also give you 3 budget profiles from economy to comfort. Let us go! Paris is the most visited city in the world and probably the most romantic on the planet. Capital of France. It is the home of the Eiffel Tower, the Louvre, Notre Dame Cathedral, the Arc de Triomphe, the Sacré-Cœur in Montmartre, the Palace of Versailles, charming bistros, the most fragrant bakeries, high fashion, and museums that change the history of art. It is a destination that is on the list of any traveler at least once in a lifetime. But it is also one of the most expensive capitals in Europe, so knowing how to plan makes all the difference. Let us start with flights. Flying from most major cities in North America or Europe to Paris, you have many direct options, with flight time of around 7 hours from North America. On average, a round-trip ticket costs between 300 and 1,200 euros, depending on the season. On special promotions, you can find flights for less than 200 euros, especially booking with advance. The cheapest months are January, February, and early November. July, August, and Christmas push prices way up. The 2 main airports are Charles de Gaulle, officially CDG, 23 kilometers from downtown, and Orly, 13 kilometers, both with excellent train or bus access. Now, hotels. Paris is one of the most expensive cities in the world to stay in. In budget hotels or private hostels outside the tourist center, you can find rates between 70 and 110 euros per night. In mid-range hotels in Le Marais, Saint-Germain, or near the Opera, well located, prices go from 140 to 270 euros per night. In luxury hotels like the Ritz, Plaza Athénée, George V, or Le Bristol, prices go over 500 euros per night. An important note, Paris charges a tourist tax between 2 and 5 euros per person per night, depending on the hotel category. Where to stay in Paris? Our recommendation is Le Marais, in the 4th arrondissement, one of the most central, charming, and safe neighborhoods of Paris. From here, you walk to Notre Dame, the Louvre, Ile de la Cité, Place des Vosges, and have dozens of bistros, historic cafes, fashion boutiques, and art galleries around. It has excellent access to several metro lines and is right at the geographic center of Paris. It is where we always stay in Paris. We created this custom map that explains exactly which is the best region. Staying in this area, you cannot go wrong. And in the video description and here in the QR code, we will leave the link to the page with this map and with the hotels we have stayed at and recommend highly, including a hotel in Le Marais where we stayed for an incredible price, super well located, just a few blocks from Notre Dame and the metro. We saved a lot of money with that choice. About food, Paris has options for every budget. At bakeries and traditional cafes with croissants, sandwiches, and quiches, you can have a meal for 8 to 15 euros per person. At mid-range bistros, with the famous classic French dishes like steak frite, coq au vin, or bœuf bourguignon, the average is 20 to 40 euros per person. At more sophisticated restaurants, in Saint-Germain or Le Marais, dinners cost between 50 and 100 euros per person. And famous Michelin star restaurants, with the biggest chefs in the world, can go over 200 euros per person, with 3-star Michelin easily exceeding 300 euros. The tip is not mandatory, as service is already included in the bill, but leaving between 5 and 10% is appreciated at special meals. Transportation. Paris has one of the best metro systems in the world, with 14 lines, more than 300 stations, and operating from 5:30 in the morning until 1 in the early morning. A single ticket costs €1.90. The carnet of 10 tickets is €16.90, and the weekly Navigo Easy Pass is the best option for tourists, costing €30.75 for unlimited use on metro, bus, and RER in central zones. From Charles de Gaulle Airport, the RER-B reaches the center for €11.45 in half an hour. Forget about renting a car in Paris. The public transportation is excellent, traffic is chaotic, and parking costs a fortune. Attractions. Many things in Paris are free. Walking through the Luxembourg Gardens, crossing the Pont des Arts and Pont Neuf, going up to the Basilica of Sacré-Cœur in Montmartre with panoramic views of the entire city, visiting Notre Dame Cathedral after the reopening, getting lost in the medieval alleys of Le Marais, all free. The most famous paid attractions are the Eiffel Tower, around 30 euros for the top by elevator, the Louvre Museum with the Mona Lisa for 22 euros, the Musée d'Orsay with Impressionist works for 16 euros, the Arc de Triomphe for 16 euros, the Sainte-Chapelle for 13 euros, and the Palace of Versailles for 21 euros. Seine River cruises cost between 15 and 35 euros and offer a unique view of the city. Shopping. Paris is the world capital of fashion. Avenue des Champs-Élysées concentrates international brands and flagship stores like Louis Vuitton, Cartier, and Sephora. Avenue Montaigne is the haute couture destination with Dior, Chanel, and Givenchy. Galeries Lafayette and Printemps Haussmann are the classic department stores with the famous stained glass dome. For discounts, La Vallée Village is 40 minutes from Paris and offers up to 70% off on premium brands. Speaking of shopping, attractions, and tours, in the video description and here in the QR code, we will leave the link to the site we always use to buy tickets and tours for the lowest price. It is the largest tours website in the world and has practically everything there. Everything at the lowest price, and you can buy in any currency, saving on fees. And they have free tours that are great. And remember that in this link below, we always organize everything you need to plan your entire trip at the lowest price. The sites we use to put together our trips with everything much cheaper, travel SIM card, travel insurance for half the price, tickets to all the attractions, good and cheap hotels we have stayed at, cheap car rentals, and the global account. And the links already include automatic discounts, so save and use this page that will make your trip much easier. And now, let us talk about two costs that many people forget. Having internet on your phone helps a lot for using GPS, transportation apps, and making reservations. We always buy the SIM card before the trip, get it delivered to our home, and arrive already connected at the destination. It is much cheaper than roaming. A European SIM card for 7 days costs on average between 15 and 25 euros. The second essential cost, and one that is unacceptable to travel without, is travel insurance. And here we speak from a lot of experience. To enter Europe through the Schengen area, travel insurance is mandatory by law, with minimum coverage of 30,000 euros. Without it, you can be denied entry at immigration. Plus, any medical care in Europe can easily exceed 3,000 euros without coverage. We always use a price comparison site that shows the best and cheapest plan. We never travel to Europe without insurance. About currency exchange, if you are coming from outside the Eurozone, we strongly recommend using a global account. You convert your money to euros at the commercial exchange rate without those high credit card fees. On a one-week trip, this can mean saving over 200 euros. Final estimate per person on a 7-day trip. On the budget profile, between 800 and 1,400 euros, with hostel or simple hotel, cheap meals at bakeries and cafes, public transportation, and main attractions. On the mid-range profile, between 1,500 and 2,500 euros, with a well-located hotel in Le Marais, varied meals at authentic bistros, all the main attractions, and a special dinner. On the comfort profile, over 3,500 euros, with luxury hotel, premium restaurants, Michelin star dinner, Versailles excursion, and private tours. And for those who are new here on the channel, you are very welcome. Our mission is to help you travel more and better around the world. If you are enjoying it, subscribe here on the channel and like the video. That helps us a lot. 3 final tips to save money in Paris. First, take advantage of free museums on the first Sunday of each month, including the Musée d'Orsay and the Centre Pompidou, and the Louvre on Friday after 6 in the evening for young people under 26. Second, have lunch with the famous Menu du Jour or Formule Midi at bistros, with starter, main, and dessert for 15 to 25 euros, instead of the a la carte dinner that can cost triple. And third, avoid July and August, when the city is full of tourists and prices skyrocket. Prefer May, June, September, or October, when the weather is perfect and Parisian life is in normal rhythm. If you liked the video, like it and subscribe to our channel to travel more and better around the world. Thank you very much and have a great trip.